are described. The sons of Yayati's fourth son Anu were Sabhanara, Chakshu, and Pareshnu. Of these three, the sons and grandsons of Sabhanara were in succession Kalanara, Srunjaya, Janamejaya, Mahashala, and Mahamana. The sons of Mahamana were Ushinara and Titikshu. Ushinara had four sons, namely Shibi, Vara, Krimi, and Daksha. Shibi also had four sons, Vrishadarbha, Sudhira, Madra, and Kekaya. The son of Titikshu was Rushadhrata, who begot a son named Homa. From Homa came Sutapa, and from Sutapa, Bali. In this way, the dynasty continued. Begotten by Dirghatama in the womb of the wife of Bali were Anga, Vanga, Kalinga, Sukma, Pundra, and Odra, all of whom became kings. From Anga came Khalapana, whose dynasty included Diviratha, Dharmaratha, Chitraratha, also called Romapada, one after another. Maharaj Dasharatha gave in charity one of his daughters by the name Shanta to his friend Romapada, because Romapada had no sons. Romapada accepted Shanta as his daughter, and the great sage Rishya Shringa married her. By the mercy of Rishya Shringa, Romapada had a son named Chaturanga. The son of Chaturanga was Pruthu Laksha, who had three sons, Brihadratha, Brihadkarma, and Brihadbhanu. From Brihadratha came a son named Brihadmana, whose sons and grandsons in succession were Jayadratha, Vijaya, Dhriti, Dhrutavrata, Satkarma, and Adhiratha. Adhiratha accepted the son rejected by Kunti, namely Karna, and Karna's son was Rishasena. The son of Yayati's third son, Druhyu, was Babru, whose son and grandsons were Setu, Arabdha, Gandhara, Dharma, Dhruta, Durmada, and Pracheta. The son of Yayati's second son, Turvasu, was Vahni, whose seminal dynasty included Bharga, Bhanuman, Tribhanu, Karandhama, and Maruta. The childless Maruta accepted Dushmanta, who belonged to the Puru dynasty, as his adopted son. Maharaj Dushmanta was anxious to have his kingdom returned, and so he went back to the Puru Vamsha. Of the four sons of Yadu, Sahasrajit was the eldest. The son of Sahasrajit was named Shatajit. He had three sons, of whom one was Haihaya. The sons and grandsons in the dynasty of Haihaya were Dharma, Netra, Kunti, Sohanji, Mahishma, Bhadrasenaka, Dhanaka, Krutavirya, Arjuna, Jayadhvaja, Talajangha, and Vitihotra. The son of Vitihotra was Madhu, whose eldest son was Vrishni. Because of Yadu, Madhu, and Vrishni, their dynasties are known as Yadava, Madhava, and Vrishni. Another son of Yadu was Kroshta, and from him came Vrijinavan, Swahita, Vishadgu, Chitraratha, Shashabindu, Krutushrava, Dharma, Ushana, and Ruchaka. Ruchaka had five sons, one of whom was known as Jamagha. Jamagha was sonless, but by the mercy of the demigods, his childless wife gave birth to a son named Vidarbha. That's the end of the summary. Text 1. Can you repeat after me? Shri Shuka Vacha Ano Sabhanarascha sorry, Ano Sabhanaraha Chakshuhu. Ano Sabhanaraschakshuhu Pareshnuhu Cha Trayaha Sutaha Pareshnushcha Trayah Sutaha Sabhanarat Kalanaraha Sabhanarat Kalanaraha Srinjayaha Tatsutaha Tataha Srinjayastatsutastataha. Shri Shuka Vacha Ano Sabhanaraschakshuhu Pareshnushchatrayas Sutaha Sabhanarat Kalanaraha Srinjayastatsutastataha. Shri Shuka Vacha Ano Sabhanaraschakshuhu Pareshnushchatrayas Sutaha Sabhanarat Kalanaraha Srinjayastatsutastataha. Shri Shuka Vacha Ano Sabhanaraschakshuhu Pareshnushchatrayas Sutaha Sabhanarat Kalanaraha Srinjayastatsutastataha. Shri Shuka Vacha Ano Sabhanaraschakshuhu Pareshnushchatrayas Sutaha Sabhanarat Kalanaraha Srinjayastatsutastataha. Shri Shuka Uvacha. Shri Shukadev Goswami said, Anoha of Anu, the fourth of the four sons of Yayati, Sabhanaraha, Sabhanara, Chakshuhu, Chakshu, Pareshnuhu, Pareshnu, Cha, also, Trayaha, three, Sutaha, sons, Sabhanarat, from Sabhanara, Kalanaraha, Kalanara, Srinjayaha, Srinjaya, Tatsutaha, son of Kalanara, son of Kalanara, Tataha, thereafter. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Shukadeva Goswami said, Anu, the fourth son of Yayati, had three sons named Sabhanara, Chakshu, and Pareshnu. O king, from Sabhanara came a son named Kalanara, and from Kalanara came a Jaya. Please repeat this translation after me. Shukadeva Goswami said, Anu, the fourth son of Yayati, had three sons named Sabhanara, Chakshu, and Pareshnu. O king, from Sabhanara came a son named Kalanara, and from Kalanara came a son named Srinjaya. Now there are a series of verses describing the different descendants of Yayati. So I'll just read the translations. Text 2. From Sanjaya came a son named Janamejaya. From Janamejaya came Mahashala. From Mahashala, Mahamana. And from Mahamana, two sons named Ushinara and Titikshu. Text 3 and 4. Translation. The four sons of Ushinara were Shibi, Vara, Krimi, and Daksha. And from Shibi again came four sons named Vrushadarbha, Sudhira, Madra, and Atmatatvavit Kekaya. The son of Titikshu was Rushadratha. From Rushadratha came Homa. From Homa, Sutapa. And from Sutapa, Bali. Text 5, translation. By the semen of Dirghatama in the wife of Bali, the emperor of the world, 6 sons took birth, namely Anga, Vanga, Kalinga, Sukma, Pundra, and Odra. Text 6, translation. These 6 sons, headed by Anga, later became kings of 6 states in the eastern side of India. These states were known according to the names of their respective kings. From Anga came a son named Khalapana, and from Khalapana came Diviratha. Text 7 to 10. From Diviratha came a son named Dharmaratha, and his son was Chitraratha, who was celebrated as Romapada. Romapada, however, was without issue, and therefore his friend Maharaj Dasharatha gave him his own daughter named Shanta. Romapada accepted her as his daughter, and thereafter she married Rishyashringa. When the demigods from the heavenly planets failed to shower rain, Rishyashringa was appointed the priest for performing a sacrifice. After being brought from the forest by the allurement of prostitutes who danced, staged theatrical performances accompanied by music, and embraced and worshipped him. After Rishyashringa came, the rain fell. Thereafter, Rishyashringa performed a sun-giving sacrifice on behalf of Maharaj Dasharatha, who had no issue, and then Maharaj Dasharatha had sons. From Romapada, by the mercy of Rishyashringa, Chaturanga was born, and from Chaturanga came Prithulaksha. Text 11, translation. The sons of Prithulaksha were Brihadratha, Brihadkarma, and Brihadbhanu. From the eldest Brihadratha came a son named Brihanmana, and from Brihanmana came a son named Jayadratha. Text 12. The son of Jayadratha by the womb of his wife Sambhuti was Vijaya, and from Vijaya Dhruti was born. From Dhruti came Dhrutavrata. From Dhrutavrata Satkarma, and from Satkarma Adhiratha. Text 13. While playing on the bank of the Ganges, Adhiratha found a baby wrapped up in a basket. The baby had been left by Kunti because he was born before she was married. Because Adhiratha had no sons, he raised this baby as his own. This son was later known as Karna. So I'll stop here. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. This 9th canto especially describes so many dynasties, names of different kings and descendants. Now, it is important to understand that all these personalities are great personalities who are very responsible personalities. We understand from the scriptures that human form of life is a life of responsibility. So we have examples in this historical narration, the Puranas and Itihasas, about great personalities. Simply by hearing their name, one is able to get so much of pious credits. One's sinful reactions will be destroyed simply by hearing their names. So therefore, Shukadev Goswami, who's the authority on the Srimad Bhagavatam, he is just mentioning the names of these great personalities. In many cases, just the names are mentioned. It's a list of names. Now, somebody may wonder, what is the reason why just names are mentioned, so many names? It is because these personalities are no ordinary personalities. They're all very responsible personalities. So, you can understand or appreciate very easily the importance of being ruled by a responsible king. If there is a responsible king, the citizens will be living very peacefully. They'll be able to perform their duties. They'll be able to advance in Krishna consciousness by doing all spiritual activities. They'll not be disturbed in their routine activities. Otherwise, as will be described in the 10th canto, Krishna appeared at a time when the earth was overburdened by demoniac kings. And they were simply harassing innocent people, saintly persons, ordinary people, simply harassing. So, it is so important to have a responsible king ruling the citizens. Otherwise, life becomes hellish. So, the kings were very, very responsible. Not only that, they did their duty of ruling very nicely, properly, according to the scriptural directions, but they also begot and trained and raised responsible sons and even grandsons. They were very anxious that after they retire, they actually leave behind a responsible son or a descendant. You see, this was their degree of responsibility. Not only for their time, but even for the future. And in one place it is mentioned, seminal succession. The semen that is preserved through this seminal succession is very, very powerful semen. The importance of this powerful semen is that by such combination, good progeny is guaranteed. Good progeny is guaranteed. Supraja, Suputra, different names like that are given in the various scriptures. To have good progeny, Sat Santana. Even Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that Dharma aviruddha bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshabha. This sex life in human society is especially meant for producing good progeny, good children, good sons and daughters. Then their children will be again good children, good children, good children. Now, in the 7th canto, there is not the 7th canto, the 3rd canto. There's the description that Diti, she did not beget children at the appropriate time. When Krishna says, Dharma aviruddha bhuteshu kamosmi, that means the combination of the father and mother has to be according to the rules of dharma. Why? Then there is sat santana, good progeny. Otherwise, just like Diti, she was warned by her husband, Kashyapa Muni, that this is not the right time to combine. And she persisted. She persisted because she wanted her desire to be satisfied immediately. He said, just wait. But she persisted. Then he just relented. And then, as a result of this combining at the wrong time, 2 demons were born as the sons of Diti, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. And those demons terrorized the whole universe. Particularly Hiranyakashipu. Terrorized the whole universe. See the result of not following the rules? Bhagavatam is warning us. See, historical incidents are there to teach us. In so many ways, lessons are imparted in the history. This Puranas and Itihasas. So, following the rules, especially in human form of life, there is this developed intelligence to understand what's the difference between following the rules and not following the rules. Just like you have experience if you're driving on the road. Even if one person somehow does not follow the rules of driving on the road, he creates so much of disturbance. It may even result in an accident. And the accident could be fatal or very, very injurious. Similarly, all the rules and regulations given in the scriptures, particularly the Dharma Shastras, and among the Dharma Shastras, the foremost is Manu's Smriti or Manu Samhita. Manu Samhita. So these are meant to be followed by human beings Manushya. We called Manushya, we descendants of Manu. And Manu gives the specific rules and regulations to be followed in every Manvantara. Because there are particular characteristics of each time period. Just like we are now living in Kali Yuga. How to follow dharma in Kali Yuga? Because Kali Yuga is a different kind of age than Satya Yuga or Treta Yuga or Dwapar Yuga. So in Kali Yuga, dharma is to be practiced by chanting the holy name of the Supreme Lord. Kalau tad hari kirtanat. So like that, who gives us these rules? It is the Supreme Lord through his representative Manu. So we are now living in the Vaivasvata Manvantara. The son of Vivaswan, Vaivasvata Manu. His name was what was his name? Present Manu. Shraddha Deva, he became the Manu, seventh Manu. He appeared as the son of, after the partial dissolution of the universe, he appeared as end of sixth Manvantara. He appeared as the son of Vivaswan, and he became the seventh Manu. So he has given us the Manu Samhita. The Manu Samhita. And in this Manu Samhita, it is said that in Kali Yuga, the method of practicing dharma, especially the spiritual practice, is to chant the holy name of the Supreme Lord. This is the significance of the scriptures. Now, all these kings, they all were ruling very responsibly by following the scriptures, by following the Shastras. The Shastras say the king is the representative of the Supreme Lord, who is the original maintainer and protector of everyone. Ultimately, it is Krishna only who maintains, provides, protects everyone. But in the human society, especially, because people are falsely declaring themselves to be independent, so the tendency is not to follow the rules. So therefore, the rules have to be enforced by a powerful personality. That powerful personality who enforces the rules and regulations for people to live in harmony, peacefully, without creating disturbances, either for themselves or for others. That powerful personality is the king. In the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, what does Krishna say? Among men, I am monarch. What is that verse? Naranam cha naradhipa. Something like that. So, the king is the best of the humans, because he acts as the representative of the Supreme Lord to enforce the rules and regulations. To enforce the rules and regulations. So such kings are mentioned in a long list, such responsible kings. Now in the 13th verse, it is mentioned that one of the descendants in these glorious dynasties was one Adhiratha. Now, Adhiratha, even though he was born in a Kshatriya family, but his occupation was not that of a Kshatriya. Gunakarma vibhagashaha. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashaha. By guna and karma, he was not a Kshatriya, Adhiratha. So, because he was childless, he found a baby wrapped up in a basket, and it's described here. This baby had been left by Kunti because this baby was born before Kunti was married. She got one benediction from Durvasa Muni that she could call upon any devata and beget a child. So she was very young before she was married. She just wanted to try this mantra, chanting this mantra. Immediately the sun god appeared. She happened to call upon the sun god, and the sun god gave her a son, and he was Karna. And this Kunti did not know. Sun god just gave her the son and disappeared. And then Kunti did not know what to do. She was not even married, and she was a young girl. So she just discarded the child by wrapping up the child and leaving it in a basket, floating in a stream of water. And while this Adhiratha was playing on the bank of the Ganges, playing on the bank of the Ganges means not a very responsible person. He is of the age, he is supposed to be properly having a livelihood and a family life. Of course, he did not have children. Doesn't mean that, oh, I don't have any children, so I can just be playing around, not doing anything seriously. So he found this baby, and because he had no sons, he raised this baby as his own son. So this son was later known as Karna. But Karna, because he was, even though he had Kshatriya qualities, but because he was raised as the son of a carpenter, this Adhiratha was a Shudra by profession, even though he was born in a Kshatriya family. You see how Varnashrama works? Even though he's born in a Kshatriya family, because his occupation, his quality is that of a Shudra, so he is classified as a Shudra. You're not classified as a Kshatriya. So this Karna was raised as a son. Obviously, when he's raised as a son of a carpenter, what will be his profession? Carpenter. His profession will be carpenter. He's raised as the son of a carpenter. So Karna was raised as the son of a carpenter, so he was also called a carpenter. Though he was, by quality, he was not a Shudra. He was actually a Kshatriya. That was later on proved when Duryodhana discovered that he has skill in using weapons. Then Duryodhana actually made him the king of one particular state. That apart. So the lesson to be learnt is that even though one may be born in a particular family, but one has got one's own guna, acquired nature, from the previous life's activities. And according to that nature, they have to be engaged in some sort of suitable occupation according to their nature. And then they will successfully be able to maintain themselves and save time for practicing spiritual life. Why is this occupation important according to the guna? Because if they are engaged in an occupation which is according to their guna, then they'll very easily be able to maintain themselves without over endeavoring themselves. And saving time for what? For practicing Krishna consciousness. So Krishna consciousness is not just meant for some brahmanas or some upper class people. No, Krishna consciousness is meant for every human being, if not all the living entities. Actually, Krishna consciousness is meant for every living entity. But at least the human beings must practice Krishna consciousness. Must practice Krishna consciousness. So even the Shudras, they also should be properly engaged in their specific occupation according to their guna karma, guna. And they should save time for practicing Krishna consciousness. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu simplified the whole thing that now people are not necessarily engaged according to their guna. Neither the varnas can be properly identified because of Varna Sankara population. There is no proper begetting progeny according to proper qualifications. So therefore, this Varna Sankara population, they are not fit for carrying out activity, earning their livelihood according to the scriptural directions for Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So whatever be your guna, you simply chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and perfect your spiritual life. That's all. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching. I'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Some announcements. Today we will be having Harinam festival from 9:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Whole day. Devotees will be singing Harinam, that is Hare Krishna mantra, continuously from 9:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Devotees will take turns. Request all the devotees to participate in this wonderful festival. Vyas Puja, we'll be celebrating Sri Vyas Puja, that is the appearance day anniversary of Srila Prabhupada. The 127th appearance day anniversary on 8th September 2023. It's an important duty and a great opportunity to glorify and thank the spiritual master on the auspicious occasion of Vyasa Puja. So we request you to write your homage offering. Homage offering means you glorify the spiritual master, how you have benefited, how you have realized the importance of spiritual life, how you are able to get this wonderful opportunity to practice Krishna consciousness by the mercy of the spiritual master Srila Prabhupada. So this offering can be submitted in any language, and just one page, an A4 sheet, whatever you can write. You write this and submit your offering before 18th July. Not much time, day after tomorrow. Okay. As much time as you require, some more time maybe you require, if you're not written already. You write your offering and submit in a piece of paper, in a sheet of paper. Of course, if you can keen in English language or Kannada language or any other language, that will be welcome. But if you can't keen, then just write on a piece of paper neatly and submit that in the temple. Thank you. Hare Krishna.